Marcus, and today I'm going to be going over some apps that I use for language learning. So this is for iOS apps. So here's my language folder. You can see I have quite a few pages, so I'm going to go over them from front to the back. So these first apps, you can see that they're all color matched, which means that they're from the same creator, and they're from Codagent, and they're both on iOS and Android. They're perfect for learning the basics in a language and for going in depth with some other things like country names and other things like that. So let me show you a little bit of a glimpse at this. You have all of these categories from greetings all the way down to emergencies that you have all of these slides that you can learn from. And you can see from here that there is a pro version where you get all of this just for $4.99. And also, if you see up here, you can get the bundle, which is, let me see, it's loading right there. Learn Asian Languages bundle, where you get all 5 of these apps for $17. So that is pretty useful if you are into languages from a specific region. Okay, now you can get them in Cantonese, Arabic, Italian, Indonesian, Korean, Thai, Spanish, Mandarin, Japanese, Vietnamese, French, German, Russian, and Spain Spanish. And you can also get them in a few others, I believe. Okay, now moving on. These on the top are from iLang, which is only for iOS, and they are really good for learning nouns on specific topics, like buildings or food or family members. So I suggest getting them. They're all free. And these two are also free, are really good with learning just some topics and some set phrases for certain topics, like getting to know a person. So I suggest that. Okay, now moving on, these are from Pocket Lingo, which is really nice. You see that one over top for my Brazilian Portuguese? That is the word of the day. Now you get word of the day in all of these languages, and you can turn it off if you want to. And they're really useful. And there is a paid version, which I don't know how much it is, but I suggest getting that because it looks like a very easy to use app. Now we have this one. For me, tackling the Chinese characters is a bit of a difficulty, but as you can see, it's called Characters 5000, and it teaches you all 5,000 characters, well, the first 5,000 characters of the Chinese characters. And that is free for the first 5,000, and then it costs some money to get the full 20,000 characters. And now this one is from Speakeasy, which is really good for getting specific phrases or different words on certain topics in Russian. I've used this for my numbering and other things like that, so I highly suggest that. Now moving on, this is my Japanese page. This is Kana Quiz, which is for iOS, and it helps you with memorizing your katakana and hiragana. I haven't used it that much, but the little bit I have used is really helpful and helps correct some mistakes that you make with your writing. Now this one is called Kanji Sensei, which teaches you the 2,000 characters of kanji, and it really is a very interesting app, and I suggest using that if you are wanting to learn kanji. Now this app right here is from the same apps that I told you about that are good for learning nouns on different topics. I use it in Japanese, and I haven't used it that much, but it's also good with getting good kanji exposure because it uses kanji in a mixture of katakana and hiragana. And finally, this one is the Japanese alphabet. It is for hiragana and katakana, and that's how I learned my hiragana and katakana. Well, I haven't learned katakana yet, but I've learned hiragana from here, and it's really useful. Okay, now my final app. These are the 2 apps I use the most, which the first one is Mango Languages. Now it's from my library system, and you can use it without library. But it's free through your library, but if it's not in your library, you have to pay $20 a month. But with that $20 a month subscription, you can get over 63 languages, full access, and some with more popular languages like Spanish and Portuguese. You get 40 chapters on the language, which I think will get you on a pretty good fluency level. And then finally, this next one, if you're a Jehovah's Witness like I am, you will use this app. It's called JW Languages. It's perfect for our field ministry, which is our volunteer work, sharing the good news about God's kingdom, and also with our meetings when we go to the Kingdom Hall, or you would call it church. So it's very useful, and if you're JW, you probably already know about that. So I suggest getting that if you haven't already. Okay, thanks guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are going to use some of the apps that I suggested to you. Don't forget to head over to my Instagram for Farm of the Days. I usually post them around 5 o'clock in Eastern US time, so look out for that. And also I always post when I post a new video, so that you can always know when I post a new video. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm only 10 subscribers away from 200 subscribers, and I really appreciate all who have subscribed in the past weeks and months. Okay, until next time, I'm Marcus from Learning with Marcus.